My boyfriend told me to leave him alone. So I slept with another man. Me, 28 female, and my boyfriend, 28 male, have been together for 8 years. Last month, I brought up the topic of marriage. We have been together for 8 years, so I'm past all of the passive hints. I bluntly asked him if he ever thought about us getting married. Honestly, I just wanted to get a grasp on his thoughts on marriage because it had come to mind that we've never spoken about it. I remember us just briefly stating that we both would like to get married one day, and if we are meant to be, then we would. Also, it's been 8 mother effing years, so I would like to know where this is going. By the way, this comes from OKBluebird2740, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. After asking him, he looks at me with a scrunched up bean mug in face and says, "Why would I marry you after you cheated on me?" I was truly confused about what the heck he was even talking about, because I know I never cheated. So I asked him what he was talking about. Apparently he was talking about the beginning of our relationship. So backstory to that, we had been going out for about 6 months and everything was going great. It was a Friday evening and I was off that day, so I was running errands. Suddenly my phone was blowing up with tons of Facebook notifications, calls, and texts. I mean, it was blowing up so bad to the point where I couldn't even use it because I was getting so many notifications at once. My homegirl ends up pulling up to my house because she hasn't been getting a hold of me. My first thought was somebody had passed away because of how urgent she came through. She was asking me if I knew, and I saw it because it's been going around Facebook. I told her I couldn't even open up my phone because it's going off like crazy, so no. I don't know what she was even talking about. She looks at me all sad and hesitated a bit, but then she just handed me her phone. Someone had posted my boyfriend giving oral to another man. It was selfie pictures like he was the one who took them himself, and there were so many. In that moment, I immediately tried calling my boyfriend, but he didn't answer. I texted him that we need to talk. I wasn't going to break up with him at the moment. I just wanted to talk about the situation because I needed to know the truth. I didn't care if he was attracted to the same gender or bi, and I would have 100% understood if he was still in the closet or DL or whatever. Because I know how hard it is for men especially to be open about their spicy identity. I needed to know if I was just a cover-up, if he was bi, etc. I didn't even bother to see who posted the pictures, but his response was, "Don't talk to me." I figured, okay, yeah, he's probably embarrassed or ashamed, so I told him that I would still be here when he was ready to talk, that I don't think differently of him, and that if he can tell me the truth, I wouldn't judge him. But he kept telling me to leave him alone. This went on for 2 days. I didn't hear from him. He wasn't picking up my calls, ignoring my texts. I texted him again saying that I'm still here for him. He finally messages me back, saying to leave him alone, and he doesn't want to see or talk to me. I took it as him breaking up with me because he's been MIA for a couple of days, ignoring me, and finally hits me back saying that. I just chalked it up as a loss and moved on. I knew we were only going out for 6 months. Well, my homegirls take me out the next day to cheer me up because I was being pestered and semi-bullied online for being in a relationship with him. What? Why? People whom I never met were calling me on Facebook Messenger and asking me if I knew and how did I not know, basically trying to get the tea. I didn't have any to tell, and even if I did, I wasn't going to ever. It didn't bother me, and it still never bothers me now. Anyways, I go out with my girls and I meet a guy. It wasn't anything special. I thought he was cute, and he was trying to pursue me. Though I got his number, and the next night he took me out and we hooked up. We weren't looking for an exclusive status, just a one-night stand really. But literally, guess who freaking hits me back up? My boyfriend, LOL. He said he needed to talk to me and that he was sorry for basically ghosting me. We met up and he tells me the story. I'm not gonna share on here because I don't feel like that's relevant. I felt really bad for him, and honestly I still really liked him, so yeah, I continued to go back out with him. I did tell him about my one-night stand. He was hurt, but he said he understood. We have been together since and we never really spoke about it again. So fast forward to today, as of now, it's been weird, like so weird. The point I can't stand to be in the same room as him. I resent talking to him because I feel like he's trying to find an excuse not to get married. And saying that I cheated on him gives him that excuse. I'm really sad, and I do feel guilty now for sleeping with another man. He states that I should have waited because he was going to come back. I don't know, I think he gave me my answer about the marriage part. But now it's like, why are we even together? And why did he now just say that? And there is an update. As of today, I am officially single. We spoke this morning about what's going on and what we're gonna do. We decided that we should just split up. He's still gonna help pay the rent because we have 5 months left, and honestly that's the least he could do. He's still leaving and staying with a friend because he claims it'll help with the process. I do also have to thank you guys for backing me up and giving me a good reality check. Some of y'all were spot on too. He came to me this morning with his key. We sat down and he confessed that he had been cheating on me emotionally. Yikes. Yes, I consider that a form of cheating. He told me how he's been on Grindr, and though he hasn't met up with anyone, he wants to though, and even almost met up with someone. He let me see the messages. So far there's been exchanges of pictures, dirty talking, and envisioning relationships with them. He says he can't fight it and that it's not just a fantasy but an actual want. He wants a poly relationship. He wants a girlfriend and boyfriend at the same time. He's still attracted to women, but having both feels different in a good way. These are his words, not mine. He said he didn't mean to be so mean about the marriage thing, but yes, that was like an out for him. He said he couldn't bring it to himself to cheat and doesn't want to put me in the same position as before. So he's telling me now that he's unhappy and doesn't feel like his true self. He said he wants to explore again and that he knows I won't be open to it or okay with it. Which, he's right. I've had an experimenting stage myself, but obviously that's over with. And I know for a fact I'm down for the D, not the P, and he knows that too. I said he could have told me all of that in such a different way rather than being mean about it and saying hurtful things. I mean, we've been through almost a decade with each other. Through every good and bad season. I was more upset about his response because I just cared about how I envisioned us getting married. But then again, I do have to take accountability that I should have seen this coming, right? I've had an epiphany, and a lot of you guys mentioned I should be happy this happened, lol. But yes, I realized I'm grateful that this happened. Had I actually married him and we had kids and he pulled this on me, my world would spin. Or me just being delulu and trying to change myself to a standard. But there is an update. I like to think of myself as an open-minded person. But please, I never now and never in the future would want to share my significant other with another person. Or straight. I also realized 8 years went by because I was so busy with school and work. Our relationship was good for the most part. We understood that we both had responsibilities other than the ones we shared, and we just went with the flow. But I'm graduating this spring now that the hard part is over. I just wanted to move on to the next stage of life. I'm more sad on the part that I let 8 frickin' years go by focusing on school and work, trying to stay afloat. I recall I was happy though, so that's what matters, right? Maybe I would have seen signs, or maybe I would have mentioned marriage sooner and could have avoided years passing by. I'm sad, but I'm okay. I'm grown, and even though it has been 8 years, I know life isn't over because of that. I'm glad he's living his true self now though. And folks, that's the end of that story.